Well, good evening, race fans, and welcome out here to the Lucas Oil Raceway Park, also known as IRP, as tonight is round number 13 for the American Sim Racing Super Late Model Invitational presented by Sunoco. We want to welcome you all on out here, but we got to thank those that help us bring you all tonight's live coverage, and that is Tellerico's Boardwalk Sub Jersey style soup, subs, and salads serving West Michigan. Premier Racing Setups and LaPlante Racing Products, the Triple Crown Series title sponsor. We want to thank you all for tuning on in. My name is Upstate Al, as we are proud to bring you all the racing action here from IRP. Right now, they are in their qualifying events right now. 14 of the best super late model drivers that ASRC has on the roster have showed up to do battle here in what will be a 2 and 3 wide night of racing underneath the blue skies of Indiana. We are welcoming you all in. We want to thank you all for coming in. As this one is winding down, we'll bring you the action of the live right here of this heat race. As everybody's working around the racetrack right now, we can let you know that the 24 of Zach Nichols out on the front of this one. And that number 41 car showing out front here with about 10 seconds left to go here in our heat race. And we'll do our pre-race ceremonies coming right up after this heat race. But right now it is Zach Nichols out on the point over the number 71 of Brett Hahn. Mojeski is third. Matthew Mojeski is in the fourth spot. So we got two Mojeskis. How about that? And Nick Fleury rounding out your top five, as that one will come to an end here. As we will head into our warm-up sessions as we come right here. But we got to pay a quick bill. We'll be right back, and we got a special guest in the booth with us tonight. We'll be right back here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Welcome back here to the IRP, the Lucas Oil Raceway Park, right here in Indiana. Home, well, we're not at the big one. We're at the better one, in my opinion. Oh, I know, don't throw anything at me if you're from Indiana. But we do have a special guest making the long haul all the way from Tennessee with me. My buddy Racing Jason up in the Turn 3 booth here this evening. And Jason, welcome out to IRP. For what we're going to see some great short track racing coming right up here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
Oh man, Al, I appreciate you letting me come up here and broadcast. You know, the virtual plane ride was epic on the way up here. I'm excited to see this IRP. Is that what it's called, right? IRP? Is that what they still call it?
I believe so.
Yeah, I honestly, hey, look, I've been thinking about it on the way up here. I want to see a good slide job, Al. Like somebody throw the slider in there. I want to see that, and I think at this track they can bring that. The wore-out racetrack, I really want to see some good action right here.
All right, we definitely will see some great action coming in here tonight. We have already ran our qualifying events. We will take and show the starting lineup here coming up here. But we saw Zach Nichols pick up the heat race win as we caught the tail end of that right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And these drivers are out there getting ready to shake down these cars for what it's going to be 80 laps of racing. And I don't know about you, but at the end of that, I was surprised at the different lines that they were able to run. Usually we see everybody right up against that yellow Armco barrier surrounding the outside of the racetrack, and they were kind of in that middle to lower lane. So I think we're going to see possible 3 and 4 wide action here at IRP.
Oh, that would be awesome, Al. You know, these cars produce a lot of horsepower, super late models, and me being a dirt guy, not really familiar with them, but I like the way they sound. They look cool. And I tell you what, that guy in that 71 car I followed on iRacing for a long time, Brett Hahn, he is that's probably one of the best iRacers I've went against, and I'm really excited to see what he can do. Brett the Jet's what I always call him, and I don't want to pick favorites, but if you're a betting man out there, the 71's who I'm going with.
He's definitely one of the favorites, and comes in here with a tight points battle coming in. I've lost that notepad where I had the notes on there, so I do apologize to the folks. But we do want to thank those for chiming in on the YouTube chat. We got Dennis and Chris out there, part of the Deweese fan club, and they root on the number 8 of Braxton Deweese, who is a late arrival to the racetrack this afternoon. They had a little bit of trailer issues on the interstate, but they got that righted, and they are ready here, unloaded. And Braxton, always a very fast race car driver since joining the super late model ranks. But I'm telling you right now, Zach Nichols looked really good in qualifying, set the fast time in time trials, and now is going to start on the pole for tonight's 80 lap. They do have an extra set of tires, and I believe if we get that 40-ish lap run, I believe that we'll see it where it'll go right into possibly a tire game as the sun starts to set. You see it on the screen. That means one thing only. It is time for the Sunoco filling up the race starting lineup. On the pole, be the No Chance Motorsports, car number 41. That is Zach Nichols. To his outside, you've heard about him. It is Brett the Jet Hahn in car number 71. Row number 2 is a Mojeski affair. We've got the 99 of Caleb Mojeski, and outside of him will be car number 53. This is Matthew Mojeski. Nick Fleury and Charles Darling will make up row number 3. Row number 4 is going to go to Ron Hart. And how about cold beer? Zach Coyer in the All-Star Race Integrity Racing, car number 13. Braxton Deweese in that Interstate Ford Mustang will start on the inside of row number 5. And outside of him, the number 711, that is Papa Eric Hahn. Now, number 18 of Devin McDonald will roll off 11th. Brian Wildassin in the 12th spot. As you see the 51 parking there on the inside of pit road. Well, that is Ron Hart, who's scheduled to start 7th, but winning last week. Relegated to the back of the field here tonight. In our final row, we'll see Braden Cook and Andrew Hardings. 14 cars, 80 laps is the distance. And I tell you right now, Ron Hart going to have his work cut out for him in that number 51. Having to start at the back of the field here. What are you looking forward to, Jason? This one, the sun is setting. The temps have cooled down a little bit. We're going to see, I think, a lot of grip in this racetrack. As you see, I'm starting to put some heat in these tires. 80 laps going to go by in a blink of an eye. So don't fall asleep out there if you're watching. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for these racers. They appreciate that. That is not for myself. It could be for Dobbs, but hey, it's mainly for the racers right here tonight at the IRP. We want to thank Tanner Tallarico, the man up in the Mission Control Tower, for pushing all of the buttons here this night. iRacing Pace Truck down and away to the safe haven of pit road. We are ready to go. Green flag racing here tonight as they run into the Sunoco restart zone. Zach Nichols is going to jump on that loud pedal, and we are underway for the first time here this evening.
I can't wait for the motors to warm up there, Al.
Yeah, they're already getting into that single file motion. Your top 4 single file a little bit deeper back here. The 25 of Fleury. He rolls to the inside, but look at Chuck Darling on that 88. Rolls the outside, trying to stay there to keep that 25 pin down. And that's kind of what you got to do here in the early stages at IRP. Everybody's on equal tires, a lot of grip in those Hoosier Racing tires. It's going to be who can take care of them, who's going to manage those tires. That'll be the best here this evening.
Yeah, you got to really watch those tires because they'll be hot and sticky. You run them too hard. And these super late models, like I said before, they got a lot of horsepower and a smaller flat track. You got to really baby that car, or you'll be sliding up into that wall. That wall will reach out and bite you, no problem.
Yeah, we saw in the heat race, number 18 there of Devin McDonald, the driver out of Newfoundland. He cracked the outside wall. they had too much damage to the primary car. They had to pull out the backup car. The front clip was bent on there after some hard hits, after some door shots in that heat race. So Devin back there in at the number 9 spot. And that backup car looking pretty sporty. Already up 2 spots here this evening as now Deweese takes a look to the inside of Chuck Darling. That's the battle for the 6th position.
Yeah, he's really looking. Al, you know something? 8 and 88. For all those Earnhardt Jr. fans, they ought to be on their feet right now. I mean, they're side by side coming out of the corner here, battling for that position. Looks like he's going to. Fortunately, Braxton looks like he's going to take the spot away, Al.
Yeah, it looks like, Chuck's noticed maybe that Braxton wants to go a little bit harder than he would like to early on in this one. We talked about the short nature of this race, and these drivers have been known to put a lot of green flag laps in, so maybe not really wanting to hurt those tires early on in this one. As you see now, the 13 of Zach Coyer starting to roll in on the backside of Darling, as we've got a bid for the race lead. Brett Hahn around the outside. Lead change for the first time here this afternoon.
Oh, I tell you what, that Brett the Jet Hahn, like I said earlier, he is one of the best racers I've raced against on the platform, and he gets out front. He is hard to pass, but Zach is right there battling back on the inside. Good battle right here.
Yeah, they come off turn number 4, wheel to wheel. It's going to be Hahn with we'll clear him now. Nichols will have to relegate back to the number 2 spot as we watch this battle, and that allowed the Modeskis to close in on them. 3rd and 4th, we've got the 99 of Caleb and Matthew Mojeski in the 53, rolling in that 4th position, and they are starting to close in on Nichols. So you got to wonder right now, does Zach, get pushed a little bit too hard there and kind of relegating it? Brett Hahn, like you said, one of those crafty old veterans of the ASRC, a multi-champion. And Jason, we've got some fans in that YouTube chat out there. We've got Josh D. We've got Kyle. We got Doug out there for Braxton. We want to thank you all for chiming on in. And they want to know if you are here for the millions and millions.
Oh, wow. I bring millions and millions of fans everywhere I go, whether it's in a race car, RC, radio control, or up here in the booth with my old buddy Al from New York. But, you got to have fans no matter where you go. And I always bring a Sharpie, Al, so I can sign T-shirts, maybe some baby foreheads every now and then. But, I just keep doing what I do, Al. That's
right. And we're glad to have you here tonight, Jason. And we're glad to have you come out here as we watch this good battle on the racetrack between the 99 and Mojeski. And he's caught the backside of Nichols, and I'm noticing Nichols kind of just running that middle lane right now, not really up on the outside where we see the 99 start to go up there as we go on board with the 99 of Mojeski, the driver out of Rockford, Michigan, trying to make his way into that number 2 position. Sits in 3rd currently. He's able to roll in, but the 41 looks like he's struggling a little bit right now off of turn number 4.
Yeah, probably got a real bad push, I'm going to say. He may have overdrove the tires a little bit. He's probably got them sticky and hot, maybe pushed a little too early. 80 laps, you think it's a long distance, but here at IRP, it'll go by in a second, like you said. So maybe he's trying to cool his tires off a little bit, make another run later on in this race.
Yeah, already putting lap 13 in the books as they start lap number 14 in what is a single file affair right now. Everybody running that middle to upper lane, but we're starting to see some people venture down low up off of turn number 2, trying to get that run. And Ron Hart, let's keep an eye on him. He's a driver that took and went to victory lane last week at the new Smyrna Speedway, which was round number 12 for this series. He now finds himself in that 10th spot, trying to make it away a little bit closer to the front. He took a bit to the inside underneath the 18 of McDonald, and he's down there once again, but clips that apron and washes them up the racetrack.
Yeah, he really wants to try to get down there. I'm telling you, somebody's going to pull off a slide job right here, and I'm fixing to pull the Dale Earnhardt Jr. screen. That's what I came to see, Al, and that's what we brought us to the booth for. But Ron's looking on the inside right there on the 18 of Devin McDonald. I think he can get it. He's got to be a little more patient, Yeah,
you got to take it easy on those tires right now, that camera. We see Chuck Darling take a bit to the inside underneath Deweese. Now here comes the 13. We've got them stacked up 2x2 off of turn number 4. Now Darling down to the inside. That's going to allow the 13 down there. And look how low Ron Hart is. We go up above in that blimp cam. We watch it down here, and you saw, the 18 gets the outside wall on turn number 2. Ron Hart trying to work that bottom, so 2 lanes now, and that inside lane starting to prevail a little bit there, but the momentum on the outside is still going to prevail.
Yeah, they're stacked up 2 by 2 right here coming off the corner. And it looks like the 14's in the fence a little bit. Is that the 14 now?
Yeah, that was the 14. That is Mojeski. That's the 53 on your scoring of Matthew Mojeski. Looked like he tagged the outside fence to the back side of the field. Really starting to get racy back here, which we kind of expected as we close in on the 1/4 mark of this race here.
Yeah, they're these laps quick. Look at the 18 right here of McDonald. Give the 88 a shot right there in the back end. He's wanting to get somewhere back towards the back of the field here.
And McDonald really starting to feel the pressure from Ron Hart, so trying to make something happen there.
It's just so hard to pass here at IRP. You know, you got 1 lane pretty much, and oh, here comes Hart on the inside. Look here, Al. He's going to try to slide job. Look here.
Almost had him.
He's trying. He's trying to get everything he can ever into this racetrack. Yeah, and you know, something, Al, he's driving the 51 car. And who else drives the 51 car? Truck Series.
Well, that used to be old Rowdy Bush.
Rowdy Bush, and I'm telling you, shades of Rowdy Bush as he throws a slider right here. Oh, man, a little contact.
There might be a little bit of paint loss on that 51, but he's trying to make something happen there. Contact up the racetrack. Oh, he's in the outside wall and gets tagged from McDonald. And around he's going to go as the Tallarico Boardwalk sub yellow flag comes out for the first time as Ron Hart was trying to make some moves, and he's got some right front damage to that Camry.
I like the aggressiveness. I do. I really like it, you know.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what we do here. Let's take and keep an eye on the front of this field as the pace truck catches them. If anybody tries to come down pit road underneath this first yellow flag, it looks like maybe the pits were not open this time, as it was Chuck Darling and Devin McDonald going to come down pit road. I believe McDonald will get that EOL penalty, so he'll come down pit road. Andrew Hardings is on pit road as well. Been there since lap number 1. Brian Wildassen unable to take the green flag here this evening, so that's unfortunate for Brian Wildassen. As everybody's down there, we got some people taking some tires, and Ron Hart's crew going around, going to change to right side tires at least on that car and try to pull out that right front fender. Let's take a look back here and see what Ron saw. Saw him right there. A guy in that outside fence. And McDonald really nowhere to go, but there was contact before that off of turn number 4. And it kind of just relegated into Ron getting sideways into the corner. Got that outside wall and able to live on and see another day, but lost all that ground that he had.
He was really trying to make something work, you know. I mean, laps are kind of winding down a little bit. What are we, a quarter away in the race so far? And
yep.
You gotta try to make some moves just in case you have a late race caution, and maybe get some tires and maybe try to work your way up towards the front and get top 5 here.
Yeah, right now your hard charger is the number 8 of Braxton Deweese in that Interstate Ford Mustang. Up 4 positions from his 9th starting spot. So Deweese cracking the top 5, sits in that number 5 spot. We'll have to start in on that inside lane. So we'll see if he's able to make some hay here on this restart that's coming up. It looks like Brett Hahn's going to choose the inside lane. He'll be the control car, so we'll see what happens with that.
Be interesting on this restart. Got a little rubber on the track now. Got some nerves maybe come back down, but now they pick back up. Al, it'll be a really good restart, I believe, for us.
I do believe so, and you got a heat cycle on these tires. They had to be well above temperature. That at the time of that yellow flag, as the field rolls into turns 3 and 4, they'll roll into the Sunoco restart zone. What's a zone? The green flag is back out.
There you go, Hahn. He just zooms his way right into first place. Oh, got a car in the wall back here in the back. The 18 car. Devin McDonald again.
McDonald in an outside wall in the right front really shortened up, and that really helped out Ron Hart up to that number 8 spot. And he's down the inside, and he just took fresh tires. So interested to see contact between Hart and the 13.
He's really making. Sorry, Al. He's really making that line work. But you better watch Nichols up here. He's all over the back of Hahn. He's heard me. His crew chief's heard me talk about how good Brett the Jet Hahn is. He's saying, "Watch me go."
Yeah, he's right there on the backside, and we know Hahn had opened up to a second lead. But Ron Hart working the bottom side with those fresh right side tires, already up to the 6th position. So put that one in your feather cap and see how much tires mean out there. Ron Hart all the way from 12th on that restart up to the 6th spot, and he is not done yet. And as he looks to the inside of the number 8 of DeWeese down here in the turn number 1.
He is really making that bottom work. He is picking up multiple cars. Now, he's not even trying to throw a slider out. He's just out driving those fresh tires. What those Goodyear tires on these things? Hoosiers. That's why he's making ground up. Hoosier tires are out there way better than Goodyear. And he is making some hay right here.
He definitely is. He's down to the inside of Nick Fleury. That's for the 4th position. So Ron Hart, we got a bid for the race lead.
Yes, sir. That's what I was about to say. Nichols on the inside of Brett the Jet right here. Battling side by side. Look at this racing.
This is what the fans came here. You couldn't shoehorn another person in these stands. They got them even on the grass hill on the outside of turns 1 and 4. And right now, new race leader, Zach Nichols. Oh, his Hahn's in the outside wall. Brett Hahn hard in the outside wall. And here comes Ron Hart. Last week's winner going to slide him. A little bit of contact. Here comes Hahn right back to the inside, but a lot of right front damage to that 71 car.
Well, I tell you what, teams better be making. Oh, Hahn's going to spin right here. Big wreck.
Single car spin as it was Mojeski in that 99 car. They got it on the backside of Brett Hahn, and Hahn was in trouble. Brett Hahn was in trouble there. It got to the outside wall as Nichols got by. As we are back underneath the Talarico's Boardwalk subs. And you had a sub from them on the way into the racetrack this afternoon. How was it?
Oh, it was amazing. You know, it was a really good sub there. And I kind of like that vinegar stuff, like at Jersey Mike's. You ever had that, Al? That is really good on a sub. It was amazing.
Yeah, but it's better because it's from Talarico's Boardwalk subs.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, you cannot beat Talarico's Boardwalk subs. They are amazing.
Let's take a quick look here and see what happened. The Brett is the field. You see your race leader coming down pit road. Ron Hart electing to stay out with Nick Fleury and Braxton DeWeese. Let's take a look here from our blimp cam at the wreck that just happened. Hahn slides up in front of the 99 into the corner, and Wojcicki just drives a little bit deep there, gets into the right rear quarter panel, and around he will go. That'll bring out our second yellow flag of the evening as the cars roll off of pit road. Brett Hahn still in his pit. I would assume trying to get some of that damage fixed. That was a hard lick to the right side. Yeah,
he really did hit that car hard. Maybe been a toe link or not toe link. You know, he probably been something on the front upper A-arm there or something. You know, ball joint. He may have been something hard on that car.
Yep, definitely could have.
May have knocked the toe out of it or something. It's going to be real interesting to see if he can get back and going to salvage a good finish with that.
Yeah, we're going to see. I mean, Ron Hart came up through the field with those fresh tires back on lap number 23. He came on pit road. Everyone else going to come now about 11 laps later for their tires. So you got to wonder if we get a long green flag run here, is track position going to be king? Can Ron Hart go back to back here tonight as we enter round number 13, and then only a few more rounds left here in the 20. Well, this is, I believe, season number 9 for these guys on the asphalt, if my memory serves me right, and you know how that is.
Yeah, well, you talked about Ron Hart coming through the field. He has been the only one I've seen to go below that yellow line to pass cars. Everybody else kind of stayed in the single file line. Uh, so what is he? 9 lap new, fresher or older tires than everybody else.
Yep.
Uh, if he can just run his line, I think he'd be all right. But some of these cats back here, they're probably itching at the bit to get the same line he was running, maybe get up there towards the front.
And I think right now, see the 25 and the 8 there running second and third of Nick Fleury and Braxton DeWeese, respectfully. They have not come down pit road as of yet. So Fleury and DeWeese still have all 4 Hoosier Racing tires down in the pits if they so to choose them. And right behind them, the 88, the 18, both came back down on lap 23. So there's a little bit of a buffer zone between Hart and the guys with brand new spanking Hoosiers.
It'll be real interested again on this restart. We're lap 38 already. I mean, almost halfway.
Yeah, just about 3 laps shy here of the halfway point of tonight's Hoosier 80 lapper, and Ron Hart into that restart zone and not wasting any time, as we are back underneath the green flag here. And it is Ron Hart jumping out the race lead. Here comes Darling around the outside of McDonald and DeWeese. Remember, DeWeese on those older tires, and he's got some hungry, I'll call them piranhas back there. Look how fierce they are racing up off of the corner. Number 4, 2 and 3 wide. Here comes the 99, or that was the 14 of Mojeski. Trying to look down low. Braxton DeWeese, and here comes Nichols. Nichols working the outside of the 18 of McDonald. Kind of trapped up there 2x2 as the 8 running down low. You can just see the grip level in those racing tires not quite there compared to the new ones as Ron Hart leads over Nick Fleury.
Yeah, no, they're not there yet. Once they build up a little heat in them, they should be all right. But I watched the 18 of Devin McDonald there on that start. He was spinning the tires everywhere, and he probably burned his stuff off. He's going to have to really settle out right here as Brett Hahn's on the outside of him, but they are just battling everywhere as we get about less than halfway now, Al.
Yeah, just past the halfway point. Ron Hart is your race leader. The 25 of Fleury runs in second. Third is Chuck Darling. Zach Nichols came in and pitted on that last yellow flag. He's already back up to the 4th spot. Here comes Mojeski in that 14 car. He works underneath the 13 of Coyer. That is 5th and 6th right there, as they are still door to door up off of turn number 4, and that is some close quarter racing. No contact there, but they were close as now the 13 in the outside wall.
The fence at 14 is bumping the ground. They're bumping. I mean, look at this action all over the racetrack, though.
Yeah,
1st through 6th is just anybody's right here.
They are definitely putting on a show as we look at the different lines that they are using, and Ron Hart and Fleury. I figure, I honestly thought Hart might be able to get away from that 25 a little bit more. Maybe he's kind of pacing himself as now Nichols charges to the inside. He takes that 3rd spot away from Darling. Nichols trying to make quick work of those tires. And look right there, top of your screen, the 71 of Brett Hahn into that 7th spot. Oh, contact off of turn number 2. No harm, no foul. That was between the 14 of Mojeski. As here we got a bid for your race lead. They're going to look 3 wide off of turn number 4.
Yeah, the 14 got a little sideways there too coming off of 4. But, Ron Hart, I think those tires are wore out. And he's 2nd and 3rd, a little sideways right there.
More contact. Oh, they're on top of each other. More contact off the corner.
Really good driving, though. Both these drivers pushing the limits, hanging on to them sideways.
They always told me 8 tires turn better than 4.
Well, it worked right there, Al. I'll tell you what. And, they're not done yet. Look here. Oh, I thought they were going to get a little bumper tag, but they keep battling. That 71 of Brett the Jet. Oh, 13's in the fence there a little bit also.
Yeah, Zach Coyer got the wall up the racetrack, goes Darling. They're going to be 3 wide for a second, as that allows the 13 of Coyer to the 4th spot. Here comes Mojeski down low, and Brett Hahn just trying to figure out which lane to go with. Is the 99 of Mojeski right there behind them as well. So right now Hart holding onto the race lead, but Zach Nichols pressuring him as we come closer to the 30 laps to go and about 32 to go at the line.
Yeah, Nichols is really going to try to bottom right here. Here we come into 1. Come out of 2. Hart's got to run, though. But Nichols, he's checked up just a little bit. Didn't want to push into the back of Hart. That's good driving, though, by Nichols right there. Good, respectful driving. I like that.
Yeah, we got Nichols now works the outside. Got that momentum. He's going to pin the 51 of Hart down low. Hart really got that inside line working early on, trying to make up some ground. But here comes Nichols on the outside with the momentum. Lead change off of turn number 2.
Boy, Nichols just power moved right there on the outside. Hart's going to battle back going in 3. Oh, I thought there was going to be a little black and orange on that red and white car, but Nichols says, let me just take the lead away right here and let me run away and hide.
So Nichols going to try to run away and hide here. There's a little bit battle back here between Fleury. Look at Mojeski down there. I think he clipped the grass there. You might not have to weed whack that after the race stops as he's there. No contact. Bumper tag through turns 3 and 4. Brett Hahn says thank you very much as Mojeski went down low. Hahn going to try to crack the top 5.
I'll tell you what, this IRP has always been known for some great racing, great short track racing. I feel like I'm at a go-kart track somewhere. These guys are just bumping each other back and forth. You know, the adrenaline's picking up, the laps are winding down, fans are on their seats. This is going to be interesting when it comes down to about 20 to go.
Yeah, I mean, right now, this is what we've come to love week in and week out here with the ASRC Super Late Model Series presented by Sunoco. The hard-nosed short-track racing is, big move right there by Coyer. That allows the 71 of Hahn to get by for the time being on the outside. Coyer down low, and at Tegrity's Farm, number 13, is now Mojeski. Rolls around to the outside for the 5th spot.
Yeah, I wonder if it kind of may have been a toe link or something on that 13 car. He's starting to fall back pretty hard. Ooh, boy, these cars they really come in there hard when they go dive bomb into somebody, but they check up. This is a good, respectful bunch of race cars right here, Al. I like it.
Yeah, this is what we've come to love all season long here with these drivers. And right now you see Nichols out to the front there as Kenneth chimes in. Kenneth, glad to have you be part of the night's broadcast with us as we watch the battle for that 3rd and final podium spot. Brett the Jet really pressuring the 25 of Fleury, and, well, wasn't much there. He kind of put the afterburners on. He's going to take that 3rd spot away and set sail trying to close in on the 51 of Hart with 25 laps to go.
Yeah, Brett the Jet, he really worked his way back through the field with those fresh tires. And, it's going to be really hard right here, Al, as these tires are starting to wore out. You know, the drivers are probably a little tired. Arms are probably getting a little jello in them. And now it's really going to be who's going to make the aggressive move, who's got enough that's left saved in the tank on the tires to come through and try to pull out the win here.
Definitely is. He's going to be interesting to see, as right now Nichols opening up an 0.8 of a second lead over Hart, and Hahn is about 1 second back from there. I'm interested to see how hard these drivers are running right now. If we were to get another yellow flag, we know Deweese has tires in the pits, and we know Fleury has tires in the pits.
Yeah, they're probably thinking, there's a hot dog wrapper or something out there in, one of those NASCAR mysterious cautions. They're probably hoping for something like that, but we're at a super late model asphalt car. These officials are making sure we got the racetrack clear so we can have some good green flag racing. But those crew chiefs are talking on the radio saying maybe there's a little rain in the area or something so we can get a yellow.
Yeah, right now they're trying everything that they're doing right now. We watched the battle with Chuck Darling and Caleb Mojeski as we go on board with Mojeski's number 99 looking out the front at the 88 of Darling. You're trying to make a move there. Everybody just kind of even themselves out. Top 3 evenly spaced out, about a second between each other. And then you got this battle that's shown on your screen that shows 4th on back. You got 5 cars underneath the blink as they head down into turn number 3.
Yeah, Matthew Mojeski here. He's on the inside. He's been bumping this 25 car a couple of times going in the corner. I've been watching. He's trying to get somewhere. He knows the laps are winding down, and the drivers kind of moved up a little higher on the track, Al. Maybe running out of grip, trying to find some grip, a little more rubber up there. But you got to be careful getting the marbles and you be in the fence.
Yeah, you got to watch that. And we do know that with, iRacing rolling out that dynamic track once again, the groove is going to move around based on the heat and the amount of rubber laid down in the racetrack. So the inside lane that was maybe preferred a little bit earlier gotten a little bit hot and greasy right now. So these drivers working around the racetrack trying to, find that grip level. But to your point, you have to be careful. There's an edge on the outside. This track here, right out there, as you see the 99 of Mojeski tapped it outside wall. Didn't really hurt his progress at all, but he definitely made contact. Maybe got into those marbles as you were talking about.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of rubber and stuff built up in there, and you got to be real patient. You're pretty much living on the edge. You got to just be careful. And like I say, you're running out of laps, and if you want to gain any positions or pick up a better paycheck, you better get them hands up, elbows up, and let's drive the thing right here.
Yeah, we're going to watch the battle between the 13 of Coyer and the 14 of Mojeski. They battle for that 5th spot. They just did a bit of crossover moves, and I'll get back into that single file fashion. Brett Hondo starting to close in on Ron Hart. With 15 laps to go, Nichols has set sail. I think he's checked out. I think he left the keys on the front desk and said, "I'm out of here, boys."
Yeah, he really took off right here. I mean, what has he got? A 2.5 second almost race lead on Hart, and Hahn is really reeled hard in coming from the back, hitting that fence earlier. So he knocked the fence down with that beautiful 71 car, and now he's trying to work his way to get second.
Yeah, last time by, Nichols ran a 21.81, which was the best lap on the racetrack. Now second and third run 21.90s. So Nichols still the best car out there in fresh air, not really battling anybody. Just running those, I would say probably trying to put in some qualifying laps right now. We got 12 laps to go. With a 2.5 second lead, his Hart kisses the outside wall. Here comes Hahn to the outside.
Really trying to work him out there, trying to find the right line. Like you talked about earlier, Al, when all the rubber's built up, all the heat's been on the track. These guys got to search around and try to find a spot where they can pick up just a little more speed than the car in front of them, maybe get by them, and make a move right here real late in the race.
Right now, we watch that battle there. We go back a little bit deeper as these guys are still battling it out for that 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th spot. Zach Coyer has rebounded after that touch with the outside wall. He's up to the 6th spot is Matthew Mojeski, starting to try to get around Nick Fleury for that 4th spot. He gets the outside wall. Hard contact, and we stay green as of now. But Mojeski,
some of these drivers are yelling debris on the track. They got to be telling those officials look for debris after that hard hit.
That was a very hard hit there. You know that Braxton Deweese probably wants a yellow flag, but right now is there 2 less laps where those tires really become null and void, right? You got 9 laps to go for Zach Nichols, who rolls through turns 3 and 4. He's going to get 8 to go, and he's just out front 2.8 seconds over Hart. Brett Hahn falling off. Brett Hahn, I think, got the outside wall once again, and Hart really kind of just stabilizing in that number 2 position.
Yeah, he's, probably burnt the tires off that thing. And you look back here at the 99, the 13 of Mazeski, they are really, really pushing the issue right here with each other late in this race. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. There may be a little contact here.
Yeah, this is the battle for the 5th spot as Caleb Mojeski knocking on the back door. Fleury's able to get away from this battle up in that 4th spot. As the field really, these are the closest battles, and I'm really impressed with that number 8 of Deweese back there on those older tires, hanging right with these guys with some fresher tires and kind of reeling them back in.
Yeah, he's doing a real good job. I kind of like his line. He goes real high going up in the corner there in 1 and 2, and then kind of floats it back down there in the middle of the corner, and kind of diamond a little bit there. That's a pretty good line he's running. He's probably found a little couple tenths here and there picked up, and it's working out for him well.
Yeah, and right there in front of him, Charles Darling to the inside of Caleb. That's Mojeski in the 99. Is now Darling going to get by him for the 6th spot. With 4 laps to go for the number 41 of Zach Nichols. Nichols out here working down the back stretch. And he had to work for that coming from the back of the field there. Got a little bit hairy. The car doesn't have a scratch on it. Beautifully.
Really, he took the lead, and he hasn't looked back, has he?
No. 3.1 seconds over. Hart. Hahn is slipping back off of the backside of Hart. 4.5 seconds. So Brett Hahn, you got to wonder, after that hard hit, did something get bent? Car was good on the fresh tires, but maybe just wore him out too hard as the popsicle sticks are up. 2 laps to go for the 24, or the 41, excuse me, of Zach Nichols.
Yeah, those laps are winding down, and I'm saying Nichols is probably looking for that white flag.
Yeah, this time off of turn number 4, that white silk will fly. Final trip around the racetrack as he gets the outside wall. Tell me he's not trying right now. Zach Nichols gets the white flag. Next flag will end the race as he works there. He's got the 7-Eleven of Eric Hahn right there in front of him. As they come through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Tonight, Zach Nichols set fast time. Won the heat race. Get the broom. He sweeps that IRP.
Man, what a win. Look at him. Look at that drift coming out of the corner right there. That was impressive by that also.
Zach Nichols going to come away victorious here tonight. Has made several starts this season, not running full time. Ron Hart going to come home second with his championship battle contestant. It's kind of like, remember that American Ninja Warrior, or not a Ninja Warrior, American Gladiators. We got the ASRC Gladiators finishing 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And those are the drivers I think that's coming down here for the championship battle. As Ron Hart will come home in that number 2 spot. But Zach Nichols picking up tonight's win. And we will be right back here on the Turn 3 Racing Network with our post-race show presented by Sunoco. We'll be right back. Welcome back here to the IRP Raceway, where we will start with our 3rd place runner-up, or not runner-up, our 3rd place finisher. And I believe, Dobbs, you have caught up with him down there on the opposite side of the front stretch.
Yes, sir, I sure do. I have one of the very most fastest guys I ever raced against. But, man, what a race. Brett Hahn, buddy, good run, got in the fence. Killed the momentum. Tell me about it.
Yeah, Jason, a little bit up and down of a night for us. Had some pretty good speed second quick. It was going to be very tough to catch Zach there. So I saw he was saving at the beginning of that race. So I'm like, well, I'm going to go try and drive around on the outside. Did it fairly easily. And then I'm like, all right, I'll try and set sail, create a lead. And that got erased with that first yellow. Me and Zach battled it out a little bit. And like you said, Jason, clobbered the wall off the 2, and the car wasn't the same. It was super tight after that. Then I think Caleb accidentally got to my back bumper, and with the contact with these things, just went right around. So I'm like, well, I'll come in, get some damage repair, slap some 4 fresh Hoosier tires on this thing, and see what we can do. Clawed back up to a third, so we'll take it after an up and down day.
Yeah, you really did work your way back up through the field, and the fans in the stands with those Brett Hahn T-shirts, they were on their feet. I was up here watching them, and I was getting carried away. But, you know, I had some money on you, Brett, and you kind of let me down. We got third, but that's all right. But you got anybody you'd like to thank? And I know you got to thank all the millions of fans that put on for Brett. There's Jed Hahn right there, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, Jason, some of the best fans around, that's for sure. Always come out and support me each and every week. And like you said, got all the merch on. It's awesome to see. But, yeah, Jason, first and foremost, got to thank you and Al up in the booth tonight. Can't wait to see some dual commentary tonight. That should be fun to watch. So can't wait to go back and watch that. Of course, awesome stuff at Turn 3 Racing Network throughout the week. Of course, on the car, we got Quick Time Motorsports Media on the car. You know, always doing an awesome job with the wrap. Rogers Cars, RHU with the teammate with Nick. Nick coming home fourth tonight, so proud of him. Didn't pit at all, so that's pretty impressive to see. Got my dad out here in the 7-Eleven, I think just outside the top 10, so good points run for him. He's in the top 10 in points, so pretty exciting stuff there. And of course, watching at home, got the girlfriend Jessie, the grandma Grammy, and then everyone else tuning on in, cheering on the 71 Jet. A lot of people to make this thing strong. Sad we couldn't have a better showing, but parking on the front stretch, talking with you guys, I always like to say, is a goal, at least at the end of every race.
Well, you did a heck of a job, man, and I always cheer for you every time because you're one of my favorite iRacers I've ever raced against. And I hope next week you pull it in victory lane, buddy.
Appreciate it, Jason. I always try and put on a fan or show for fans like you and everyone else. Always a great time racing against you. Hopefully see you back out there on track sometime here. So hope everything's going good. And yeah, I think that does it for me here. Still pumped up with a third, and we walk away with some more points in the championship bucket.
All right, man. Good luck, and I almost sent it to you, buddy.
Well, thank you very much, Jason. As we unable to catch up with Ron Hart, he was feeling a little bit underneath the weather there, but he's going to come home with a solid second-place run after having to start at the back of the field. So, for all the Ron Hart fans, we'll get in touch with him coming up shortly. But unfortunately, not able to do so here tonight. That led us up here to tonight's feature event winner. He's up here. He's got the big smile, and he's got a broom in hand. Sweeping the night, Zach Nichols going to pick up not only the fast time, the heat race win, and you're going to come away with tonight's Hoosier 80 lap feature event. How'd you get it done, my man?
Yeah, I mean, it was a ton of fun to race this again. I haven't been here in a while, but yeah, I mean, we started off strong, and I feel like we finished strong. So yeah, I mean, that's about it. I got scared in the halfway when those people pitted, and I thought we were gonna go green, but we got lucky enough there was another caution.
Do you feel like the tires were the different maker when being able to come in about 11 laps after those guys did?
I mean, I felt like we were pretty, like, only on like 2 lap better tires, because we went green for only 2 laps, and then there was another caution, so we weren't really on that much better tires, but I mean, they definitely probably helped us a lot.
Yeah, we always like seeing you out here in your beautifully prepared race cars, but talk about racing up through the pack there. You know, you got mirrored behind some drivers on mixed schedules for tire schedule at least, and you had some guys that were not on the fresh tires. How hard is that to judge how fast you're closing in on someone, you know, that maybe hasn't pitted yet with those tires and able to stay off of them? You guys put on a good show, leaning on each other all night long here in IRP. Never disappointing on putting a good show.
Yeah, it was definitely challenging for sure. I'll be honest, I didn't really expect a lot of people to be running like all the way at the bottom. Usually you want to run like halfway up the track, right on that like seam type deal. But yeah, a lot of people are running really low, and that caught me off guard a few times, and I got into some people. So sorry to the people I got into, and yeah, luckily enough we were able to claw our way through there and get to the lead.
Well, we hope to see you maybe next week and round out the season with us here on Wednesday nights for the ASRC Late Model Invitational presented by Sunoco. And next week, a little bit of fun coming at you. I don't know if you'll be there or not, but it's going to be we're going to drive a little bit farther west out to California. We're going to run the inside, the quarter-mile track at Irwindale. So that should be a good time. We hope to see you there. If you're going to be there, you can't be there, that's fine as well. But have you ever ran on the little quarter-mile, the infield track at Lucas Oil, or not Lucas Oil, at Irwindale, and what can we expect, you think?
I've never raced these cars on that track. I have ran like the Legend cars on there, and that was pretty fun. So I can only imagine how much a hoot these things are. We'll try to make it out. I don't know if we can, but we're definitely gonna try.
Well, who makes it all possible for you, Zach, here to put you in victory lane? We know you got some people to thank behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, my dad's watching. I'd like to thank him. I got my Uncle Kenny. He's watching. I'd like to shout him out, and I'd like to thank you guys for putting together the broadcast. It's a ton of fun to go back and watch, and everyone that makes this deal possible.
Well, we thank you. We can't do it all without you guys putting on a fantastic show each week in and week out. So we thank you for being on the racetrack and giving us something to talk about. Congratulations on tonight's win. We hope to see you at the next one.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go. That's tonight's feature winner, the number 41 of Zach Nichols. And not sure he's going to be able to make it to the next one. But Jason, the Irwindale, the inner track, that's going to be some fun next week in 1 week's time. But tonight's race, what a hoot that was. I'll use Zach's words. I like that. But let's take a look at the feature rundown here for your results. And it was going to be Zach Nichols. We just talked to him, picking up the win over Ron Hart and Brett Hahn. Nick Flory was fourth, and Zach Coyer rounding out your top five.
Well, it was a good race for sure, Al. I'll tell you what, I'm glad I got the invite to come watch these guys race. And, next week, maybe, just throwing it out there, maybe I'll get the invite, maybe whatever. But I'd love to go watch that one also. These guys put on a heck of a show, and congratulations to the top five. They did a real good job.
Yeah, definitely. Then you see the rest of where your cars finished. You had Charles Darling, Caleb Mojeski, Braxton DeWeese, Devin McDonald, and Matt Mojeski rounding out your top 10. Eric Hahn, Braden Hook the Cook. Braden Cook going to finish 12th. Andrew Hardings and Brian Wildassin unable to get the 951 out on the racetrack. He'll get credited with 14th. Closing remarks from here tonight, Jason?
Well, we learned that 4 tires are better than, or 8 tires are better than 4. The outside wall will reach out and bite you here at IRP. I feel bad for the painter that has to go back and paint the wall. There's a lot of rubber and tire marks up there on the outside walls. And, if you made the right pit stop, got the right time, you could get out front, and like Nichols did, and he set sail. And it was a good race all in all, and I hope the fans enjoyed it as much as I did, because they put on one heck of a show. And I appreciate you allowing me to call the race out, Al. I really enjoyed this a lot. It was a lot of fun.
Well, no problem, Jason. It was always a pleasure to have you in the booth. And we'll talk with the budgeteers here behind the scenes at Turn 2 Racing Network, see if we can get that jet to fly out west with us in 1 week's time. I'm looking forward to that one. We hope you are too, as well at home. But for everyone behind the scenes, we definitely want to thank Tanner Tallarico. He is the man behind the scenes. We'll give out details next week on the upcoming season for the Sunoco Invitational Series coming right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We got the schedule released to us, and it's been, I think we can release it. I'm going to check with Tanner, get a little bit of a preview on that. But in 1 week's time, we'll be out west on the West Coast at the Irwindale Speedway for the inner quarter mile. You will not want to miss it. It's going to be close quarter, short track racing like always right here for the American Sim Racing Club Super Late Model Invitational presented by Sunoco. And we want to thank all of our presenting sponsors for this season, along with Tallarico's Boardwalk Subs, Jersey Style Soup, Subs, and Salads. Jason, stop eating. We're on the air.
Sorry.
He loves these subs from here. Make sure if you're ever in West Michigan, stop up. Tell them that we sent you right here from the Turn 3 Racing Network. Premier Racing Setups. They are the setups underneath the race cars right here for the ASRC Super Late Model Series. and the place that they get all their racing products, LaPlante Racing Products, the home of the Triple Crown Series. Well, that'll do it from us racing right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Until next time, my name is Upstate Al. We have had Racing Jason, in the booth with us as well. We thank him for coming out here with us this evening. Good night, everybody. We'll see you in turn number 3.